The Emergency Act is back in session. These are the 3 witness opening statements. Hopefully this time around we will get some concrete answers. Here's the clip.
I'm here in my capacity as the Sergeant at Arms of the House of Commons.
Stands that I'll be careful speaking openly about sensitive security matters. Security matters, when discussed before the Board of Internal Economy, are legislatively mandated under the Parliament of Canada Act to be discussed in camera. Some information, if made public, could increase the vulnerability of the House of Commons security posture, the parliamentary buildings, parliamentarians, and other persons within the parliamentary precinct. As head of the Office of the Sergeant at Arms and Corporate Security, my team works in close collaboration with its partners to provide a secure environment for members of Parliament, employees, and visitors on the Hill. Working with the Parliamentary Protective Service and the Senate Corporate Security, we adapt our practices proactively and continuously while also responding to evolving security risks. We collaborate closely with our partners, both on and off the Hill, for a coordinated security approach. Je le répète.
I repeat, our main concern has been to ensure the safety of our members. We know that prevention and early intervention can limit the escalation of threats and harm to them. As I mentioned, I am pleased to appear before you. That said, I hope that members of the committee will understand that there is only so much information I can share publicly. Thank you so much.
Thank you for those remarks. We will now move on to Mr. Brookson. Mr. Brookson, you have 5 minutes.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, honourable senators and members of Parliament. My name is Larry Brookson. I am the Acting Director for the Parliamentary Protective Service, an organisation created by Parliament in 2015 as a result of legislative amendments to the Parliament of Canada Act. Our raison d'etre is to provide physical security operations for the whole of the parliamentary precinct. Each day, our dedicated team of protection officers and dedicated specialists proudly serve and protect parliamentarians, staff, and visitors. Pour atteindre nos objectifs,
to reach our objectives, we work in close collaboration with our parliamentary security partners from the Senate and the House of Commons, as well as with police services and national intelligence agencies. These relations are of key importance for us.
Since the important work of the Joint Committee, is focused on events and circumstances related to the government's decision to invoke the Emergency Measures Act, I should note that PPS, as a parliamentary entity and a non-government organization, had no role in providing direction or advice to government with respect to its decision to evoke the Emergencies Act. Cela dit, j'espère.
Having said that, I hope that my comments will help advance your collective work, and please know that I will be happy to answer any questions you may have about the workings of the PPS. I'd like to thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Chair. Sorry.
Thank you very much, and we will now provide the floor to Ms. Lacroix. Ms. Lacroix, you do have 5 minutes. The floor is yours.
Good evening, Senators and members of the House of Commons. My name is Julie Lacroix, and I'm the Director of Corporate Security for the Senate of Canada. Thank you for inviting me this evening. I'm appearing before your committee as part of your ongoing work to examine the decision to invoke the Emergencies Act. À titre d'information,
by way of background, it might be helpful to provide the committee some context as to the role I play and that of my directorate in the context of security and the work we do to support the Speaker, Senators, and Senate staff.
the Clerk of the Senate, and I'm accountable to the Standing Committee on Internal Economy, Budgets and Administration, CIBA, for all corporate security matters. I'm responsible for programs and services that range from security accreditation to business continuity management, security project management, technical and physical security systems and infrastructure, security assessments and briefings for Senate and parliamentary travel, administrative reviews and investigations, fire prevention, Senate parking, and locksmith services, just to name a few. Along with my counterpart at the House of Commons, Mr. McDonnell, we represent both speakers as co-chairs of the Committee on the Use of Parliament Hill, and I manage the administration of that program on behalf of both speakers. Je suis également la conseillère.
I am also the principal security advisor to the Speaker and of the Senate and to SIBA on any security-related matters that are within their areas of responsibility.
La sécurité institutionnelle du Sénat n'a pas le mandat d'assurer les opérations de la sécurité physique.
However, the Senate's Corporate Security Directorate does not have a mandate to provide physical security operations on Parliament Hill. That responsibility falls to the Parliamentary Protective Service, led by Mr. Brookson.
During the convoy and demonstrations in the downtown core of Ottawa, my role as director was to maintain regular communication with relevant security partners for the purpose of assisting the Senate's decision-making in respect of 4 key things. First, to ensure that access to the precinct remained unimpeded for the Speaker, Senators, and staff. To provide briefings, advice, and guidance to the Speaker, SIBA, and to decision makers, and to provide regular updates on the security situation, and lastly, when necessary, to instruct the Senate and its employees to work from home and to avoid the downtown core of Ottawa. Finally, the committee should know that I did not receive any prior notification of the invocation of the Emergencyact Act. Il me ferait plaisir.
I am happy to take any questions from the members of the committee.